Yeah, back once again, Trey with another fish out of water request reaction, but definitely again, not a fish out of water to this project. One of my favorite Killer Mike projects ever. This is my favorite Killer Mike project out of anything he dropped, new, old, otherwise. And this is probably the most controversial song off the project, right here. The most controversial for sure. I remember when this dropped with the video that he had to. Viral. Viral to say the least.
Our government has a firm policy not to capitulate to terrorist demands, that no concessions policy remains in force. In spite of the wildly speculative and false stories about arms for hostages and alleged ransom payments, we did not, repeat, did not trade weapons or anything else for hostages.
All cap, by the way. All lies. You and Oliver North, some sick motherfuckers.
Nor will we.
The ballad of the bullet, some freedom or some bullshit. Will we ever do it big or just keep settling for little shit? We brag on having bread, but none of us are bakers. We all talk having greens, but none of us on acres. If none of us on acres and none of us grow wheat, then who will feed our people when our people need to eat? So it seems our people starve from lack of understanding, cause all we seem to give them is some ballin' and some dancing and some talking about our car and imaginary mansions. We should be indicted for bullshit we inciting, telling children death and pretending it's exciting. We are advertisements for agony and pain.
Technically, it's starting to happen. They are getting indicted for the lyrics these days. I mean, I ain't gonna say shout out Young Thug, but ask Young Thug, ask Lil Boosie, so it's a few of them.
We exploit the youth, we tell them to join the gang. We tell them dope stories, introduce them to the game. Just like Oliver North introduced us to cocaine in the 80s when them bricks came on military planes.
A few months ago, I told the American people I did not trade arms for hostages. My heart and my best intentions still tell me that's true, but the facts and the evidence tell me it is not.
The facts and the evidence.
I'm like Lemma 12, old enough to understand the shit that changed forever. They declared the war on drugs, like a war on terror. But what it really did was let the police terrorize whoever. But mostly black boys, but they would call us niggas and lay us on our belly while they fingers on their triggers. They boots was on our head, they dogs was on our crotches, and they would beat us up if we had diamonds on our watches. And they would take our drugs and monies as they pick our pockets. I guess that's the privilege of policing for some profit. But thanks to Reaganomics, prison turned to profits, cause free labor's the cornerstone of U.S. economics. Cause slavery was abolished unless you are in prison. You think I ambush it and then read the 13th Amendment. Involuntary servitude and slavery it prohibits. That's why they giving drug offenders time in double digits. Ronald Reagan was an actor, not at all a factor. Just an employee of the country's real masters. Just like the Bushes, Clinton and Obama, just another talking head telling lies on teleprompters. If you don't believe the theory, then argue with this logic. Why did Reagan and Obama both go after Gaddafi? We invading sovereign soil, going after oil. Taking countries is a hobby paid for by the oil lobby. Same as in Iraq and Afghanistan. And Ahmadinejad say they coming for Iran. They only love the rich and how they load the coal. If I say any more, they might be at my door. Who the fuck is that? Staring in my window, doing that surveillance on Mr. Michael Render. I'm dropping off the grid before they pump the lid. I leave you with 4 words, I'm glad Reagan dead.
I mean, that was the line right there. That was the line that just, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. See, this is a time where Killer Mike was really making a lot of traditional Southern hip hop songs. So to hear him on these type of beats in this production was going straight left. Like he just turned his whole sound completely, and it was just puzzling because I I followed Killer Mike from the Whole World feature with Outkast. I Pledge Allegiance series with the mixtapes. The Killer Mike self-titled album, like none of that had this sound. When rap music dropped, it's like, holy shit, who the fuck produced this? Then we get LP, and it's like, oh, okay. He's a producer that's been in the game. And it was like, he was a white producer. It's like, holy shit. It's like I want them to make rap music too. But then they made Run the Jewels, and then they made, what, 4 or 5 projects of Run the Jewels at this point? It's like, there's no need for rap music part 2. We got, like, rap music part 7 at this point. If you want to count Run the Jewels as a rap music project, because that's what I do. It's fully produced by LP. Killer Mike is on it. LP rapping more on the project, but it's the sound that you would get if he did make a rap music project. Because that's what this birth Run the Jewels.